Okay.
Okay, so I just did like a video. What's up, Creed, Michael, Zai? We are in our little fun area. It's a little bit of a mess. We haven't cleaned it in a while. I have actually, but it doesn't stay. I cleaned it up yesterday, but it doesn't stay clean. So I want to do a little video real quick. A little update. Haven't did one in a minute. Guys, about 18 months now. We've been hecka busy. I got my figure a little bit back. It's a trip. It's about 95% back. And you know, the trip, when I came back, I thought I was going to gain like 10 pounds when I went to the States because I was eating so much. And actually, to my surprise, I got back home and one day I just looked and I was like, wait, my stomach went down. I got on the scale and I like lost some weight. And I tried on some pants that I have not been able to get in since I had the baby, and they fit. So I was like, oh my goodness, I'm getting it back. So excited about that. I haven't worked out in about a month since I've been back. But I will start again next week. So that's about it, you know. Been struggling with that. That was really a huge thing, and that was something I was scared about. But Zai has been wonderful. Like we did go to California. It was a long flight, both going there and coming back. He was amazing. People was like saying how such a good baby he was and how surprised they were. He was getting a little bit anxious around the time, you know. The last couple of hours, so I was just getting up and walking. It was a little redundant, but you know, I still just did it, just getting up, sitting down, getting up, walking. He was just so happy, and he had such a great time with his family out there in the States and his cousins. You know, my sister have some kids, so like they're the youngest is 5. He had such a ball with them, and he loved girls. So she had 3 girls, so he was just like hanging out with them, and we just had so much fun and so much family time, and he was just so good, you know. One thing I want to talk about, breastfeeding. I'm still breastfeeding. I have about 6 more months to go. Michael wants me to do it a little bit longer, but I don't know. I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard. I kind of want my independence back. But whatever's best for Zai, you know, there's over 100 different vitamins in the breast milk that cannot be duplicated. So around 2 years old, that'll be 6 months for him because he's almost at that year and a half mark in about 1 week. So I'm excited about that. He has 8 more teeth that just popped out. They all came at once. So he was having a hard time with the teething. So we were in the States. We went to a place called a Food Mill. It's an organic place, and we found some of the stuff he's taking here. He take these little pills. It comes in a little tube. It's called Camellia. I will go grab it real quick. Yeah, and I grabbed this other thing too. So this is what he takes. We found normally out here it's called Camellia. And it's by Boring. You can find this in the States, and we pay here about €2 for it, and it costs about $9 in the States. So €2 is about equivalent to $3.50. Also, we bought these vitamins. They don't sell vitamins for babies out here in France. I didn't give it to him, so I'll give him his vitamin now. It's called Kid Bits. It's like a candy. We give him we have bought a liquid one too. This one cost us about $14. We also bought a liquid one that was about $20, and he doesn't like the liquid one at all. It's like giving him a medicine. He would not take it, and I don't want to force feed him anything. My mom never forced us to eat stuff, so I don't want to do that with him. My husband tried putting it in the yogurt. He still won't take it, so one of us is probably going to end up taking it. Let's see, I'm still taking a prenatal. I'm taking, I'm trying to see what it says. I think it's called Pregnancy Plus, and I'm also taking omega-3 vitamin. It's called Ultra Omega-3 by now. It's the same company that makes this, Ultra Omega-3. So, and I bought those online, but it's from a United States company. Also, I'm taking a fish oil, which has vitamin D in it. So I'm taking those 3 things. trying my hardest to eat right. I've been struggling. You know, I've been eating candy, and I have this guy right here. He's like the food police. He's always getting on me. See, you can't eat that. You have too much candy when you eat that. Blah 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 blah. So it's hard, you know. It's 2 years is a long time to just like to watch, you know. But I'm a candy girl. I like my candy, but you know, we don't give him candy at all. But you know, he gets it through me But I try my hardest, you know, drink a lot of water and stuff like that. Let's see. Anyone who I want to ask about bumpers. We have some bumpers on our edges of our table, but they're not good. You know, he's taking them off and stuff. And you know, one day he was walking past it, and you know, he's not 100% stable, and he bumped his head against the thing, and it split his eye. So if anyone has suggestions on a good website where I can find some good bumpers for the table, that will be greatly appreciated. Let's see what else. That's good. This one is, yeah, look, he's into hitting now. I don't know where he gets it from, so he's been hitting. It's funny because at the playground, I almost got into it with this family. It was so rude, okay? I was just like, it was this little kid. He was bigger than Zai, and he just kept following. Every time Zai would try to get on the slide, he would tell him, no, he can't. He would grab Zai's hand and say no. He was pushing Zai a little bit. And every time he was just following us around and just bullying Zai. And I just kept like trying to be nice and asking what, you know, why is he being mean? And, you know, I tried to make him laugh. And he just was just me. I don't know what it was. So I just said, where's your parents at? His parents wasn't there. And then this little kid told me his dad was over here. And he pointed him out. So I went to the dad. And I'm like, excuse me, is that your son? He was like, oui. And I said, well, can you have talked to him, because, you know, he keeps following us around, and, you know, he's being really mean to my son and hitting him. You know, can you just tell him not to hit him anymore? He was just like, no. I was like, what? You know, you're not going to tell him to say that you hit him? He was like, no. I said, well, my son's only 1 year old. He can't defend himself. He was like, well, my son's only 2. And I was like, well, he was a big 2. So I think he was almost 3, because he had literally told me that his mom was at work, you know. And he told me this in French. But he told me his mom was at work and his dad wasn't there. So he was, anyway. So I was just like, well, you're not going to tell him. So then the grandmother came. I was just like, well, you're his dad. He was like, I'm not his dad. I'm his poppy, which means I'm his grandpa. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, then the grandmother came. She's like, well, what's going on? And I told her. He said, oh, he just hit him. That's it. And I said, well, okay, so you're not going to tell him not to hit him? He was like, no. I said, okay, how about this? Since you want to tell him not to hit him, then when your grandson hits my son, I'm going to hit him back. I don't know if I overreacted. I don't know, because in America, I don't know, if I would have asked anyone, they would have told their kid, please don't hit, or something like that. But it was just the way he acted. He was so rude. And that's one thing I don't like. Some of these French people, they think that we owe them something. It's like, French is my second language, you know, and all the time I can't get all the words that I want to get out. You know, I did my best. But I would have told them a thing or two if we were in America. But that wouldn't happen. You know, I don't care you can go to the biggest ghettos in the world, and people aren't that fucking rude. Excuse my language. People aren't that rude, you know? So that was a big thing, you know, I was just like so happy to be back. I even like the crackheads in America, man. I was just like, even when I would see people, I was just like, I don't know, it's nothing like being back in America. It's nothing like talking to people. It was just such a refreshing thing. And Michael enjoyed himself. His brother came with us too. We all enjoyed ourselves. So I definitely will be back there. And also, we will be trying to have another baby in about a year. So that's about it. You know, I have a bunch of stuff to tell, but I don't want I only have about, I think, 11 minutes left of filming on my camera, so I'm going to make it quick. So that's about it. I sent a couple of words here and there. He says hello, bye-bye, au revoir, which means bye-bye in French. He says quoi, which means what. And that's about Mama, Papa, of course. That's about it. You know, he takes really good direction. You know, I tell him to go do something, he does it. He is getting at that stage. He has little tantrums here and there. You know, and I'm dealing with it the best way I can. I don't want to tap his little hand when he do bad stuff, though, you know, but I have to really watch him, because when I put, like, he goes for everything. he's always getting into stuff, always putting stuff on the floor. But with knives, I try not to put like whenever I'm cooking, try to put the knives in the sink right away because he would go straight for the knife. And one time he had a knife in his hand, and I was like, oh my God, I don't want to go really fast for him because he would run with it. So I just walked really slow with him and just took it from him. But that's the first thing he would go for. So that's about it. You know, I'm just being really careful. So you guys don't forget, if anyone knows about a good website for bumpers, please let me know. And that's about it. Do you have something to say?
No, I have nothing to say.
Huh?
I have nothing to say.
Okay. Bye.